21. Please drink responsibly.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pints Pants Podcast. I'm your host, Mick.
And I'm Drew. I hang out sometimes and drink things.
We have our new set here. It's pretty great. I've been working on it.
A lot, actually.
I feel cramped
I
with
come
this
in here and
microphone.
it's like a different room.
I feel cramped with
It
this
is
microphone for
a
some
different
reason. I don't know why.
Also, this is
There we go. That could be why.
head bottle opener that I got Mick for a while. But I'm going to lay it down right like this because I think it looks funny. You got a bearskin rug now.
I do.
Right?
It's pretty sweet.
You going to hang that up in here?
No, actually, I think I'm going to cut it apart.
Really looking forward to seeing what you're going to do with this, man.
Because it's really old. So, like, probably was hanging on a wall for 40 or more years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super old. So it's falling apart. But the head is still really good on it. Mm-hmm. So what I might do is see if I can take it apart and kind of hollow it out a little bit more and make like a Forsworn headdress out of it for Ren Fair. I think it'd be awesome.
Do you think you can save any of the nape hair? The hair back there, it's a little bit thicker.
Oh yeah. Yeah. A lot of it I can save, but there's a lot of like the body's falling apart and there's still a couple claws left, and
you know,
I can do a bit with it.
You can like save a little bit of the hair back there going down your back as a cape, and then weave in something a little bit more metal.
I could. Or at the head, I could just leave it the way it is, cut it off there, and just make like, a really awesome cod piece. That'd be pretty sweet.
File down the teeth. Just put
a funnel and a little tube in it, so when I have to pee, it just comes out of the mouth. That'd be pretty funny. And as you can see, we're in this nice fancy restaurant. It's really quiet right now, though. We reserved the whole place. Yeah.
We own the place. The wife requested, ever so kindly, she requested that I go in for a haircut. Mm-hmm. So I did. And I feel like someone once thought I had lice.
Like, zoom. Well,
like, pretty sure I could have done this with just a pair of clippers. Like,
yeah, it was only like
special.
what, like $11, $20.
It was 20.
20. Oh,
yeah. But
if nobody else was open.
Yes. Also, I don't regret paying $20 for a haircut because I don't think hairdressers are paid enough to do dude's hair. Like,
although dude's hair is really easy because it's like zzz, done. Stylists are paid more because of what they have to do.
I really hope so,
like,
because that's
like
not
this crap
just
right
art.
here is
that's
all
living art.
This is all me. See that right there?
It's fine. I mean, you got real healthy hair.
Yeah, except for it's annoying now. It's like flops it down on the sides. I'm like, nice.
Yeah. The longer the hair it is,
wear some hats.
the more upkeep it has. Needs.
Like, this
not necessarily has.
This is my side of the table, but I feel like I might want to switch just because I'm left-handed and I keep hitting this stupid arm.
I'll trade you.
Well, I mean,
hey, we can both walk in front of the camera.
Yeah, we could, but this is set to me on.
I really like
the
your
board.
Cafe setting too.
I know this is nice, isn't it?
It's nice.
Yeah, we actually have our monitor now, so we can see what we're doing, and I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It does look weird though when you're looking at the camera, like it shouldn't be able to see me because of the angle, but it's a nice wide lens.
I noticed that, like when I was going over there and zooming in on the little TV setup, and if you're not a big fan of our show, me zooming in is me, because I'm nearsighted, leaning really, really close until my nose hits something. That's my zooming in.
It's pretty great.
And I could see like the back of my jacket when the distance is a lot more than I would expect. That's a very wide angle camera.
Oh yeah, it is good. I mean, and for what it is, it's nice. I mean, it at least does 1080p out, which is what I wanted.
We're not calling the camera fat. We're calling the camera wide angle.
Yeah. And the other one I have is 1080i. That's kind of, do you know the difference between progressive and interlaced?
Oh, you explained this to me once, and I understood, and then I never used that knowledge again.
Interlaced is like you have your picture, but it's like you have this lines of this half of the picture of this part, and then you have these lines, and they're like that. So you're never seeing the full image. You're seeing bits. So that's why...
Just like those two lights, actually.
Kind of like that, yeah. So it's like when you'd move like this, you could slow or you'd pause it, and you could see the individual, and it's every other line.
Yeah.
That's interlaced. Where progressive is the whole
So like
frame.
2 sets of blinds.
Yeah.
The mini blinds. Yeah.
Or a cog, just.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like
right.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
and
well,
those
those-
is dumb.
Pretty stereotypical 4-foot fluorescents.
Oh yeah.
Where there's... You don't
Excuse me.
often see them with just one light bulb, right? Maybe hanging out there, but
Yeah.
Mead, you'll
No.
see shop lights with 2.
Yep, always.
Because-
unless the LEDs.
Yeah, that's right. But the fluorescent ones, they alternate.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you take out one of those bulbs,
Yeah.
you'll get a headache. It'll just be flickering. You might not notice it's flickering, but it is.
Yeah, I'll sit there and I'll look at it and like, I think that's flickering, but I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sure. I can't remember.
Yeah, and that's usually your bulbs and or your ballast is going out and dying. But for $20, you can buy a new ballast, or for $20, you can buy a whole new fixture that's LED and never needs any parts.
There you go. Right there. Perfect.
I'm like, man,
Nice.
I look back on medieval times and I think I really would have liked to have been born there then, but not so much.
Well, I mean, it would be nice without the technology, and I mean we rely on it so much now just because of that's the age we grew up in.
Yeah, I get lost
we-
so easy without a map.
Yeah, like we've seen it in our lifetime from growing up, from Game Boys to where we're at with game stuff, and even phones. Like, I remember getting my first flip phone. I'm like, oh yes, this is the best.
And then, oh man, you got one with a camera.
Oh yeah.
That was a big deal.
And I was so good at like flicking it open. My cousin was
like
like,
a tricorder,
do you
right?
like sit there and practice? Like, no, I just
Maybe.
and I 10 key or not 10 key QWERTY. Man, I was fast at QWERTY.
Yep, I remember that too.
Trying to type out a mad text. You son of a no, that's not. I didn't want a G. Son of yeah.
Son of a BG.
And now we just have autocorrect that's like, what are you doing? Question mark. The. I did that the other day. I texted some. What was I saying? I was writing. I think I said you. Because I said like Bobby. Bobby asked
completed
how.
the sentence to mother forklift.
Yeah. No. Bobby asked like what I was doing or how I was doing. I was like, oh, I'm good. You with question mark, and it changed you to the. I'm like, why would you change the word? It's a word. I don't understand. Why?
I think
You're an idiot.
autocorrect seems to have this fascination with forklifts and ducks.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. They think I talk about those so much. And I
Duck! Where?
don't. Man, when I had the little bit of chemical poisoning
Oh, yeah,
the other day, there was a whole handful of liquid nails, guys. Careful around that stuff.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not very.
Yeah, like 2 nights and 1 entire day. I really couldn't do much of anything besides lay there or sit there and just think, I need a stronger word than the F-bomb. But
You couldn't.
I
It's
can't really...
But you could use the other one, but that's
Like, the see you next Tuesday just seems way too precise. Like,
yeah.
I'm not trying to insult
that's-
a particular type of human being.
No, but even that word too doesn't. In itself is not offensive, but
It kind of
use
me, but...
like I mean, just the word itself doesn't like bug me. But like, if you're using it to somebody or describing something or somebody, then it's like, oh, whoa. But like
Yeah.
the word
Oh,
itself is like it's not.
It's weird, yeah.
It's a weird word, but it's like I don't get offended when I hear it completely.
I think I get a little
I've
bit...
called myself it once in my head. I've done something like, you're just as stupid. And it like fit. It just fit because of what was going on and the thing I think I was setting something up here in the studio and it's like, oh, you're just, that's what you are. You're just a stupid one. You runt. Like the episode of 30 Rock where one of the writers calls Tina Fey that.
Oh, no.
And she overheard him. That was a pretty great episode because every time they'd say it, they'd cover it with something else. Like, Tina is just on the one, she's talking to this other lady and she has puppies. And Runt! That's what I call him. His name's Runt. Oh. It's pretty great.
I think the worst expletive I have to describe someone else is compost.
Compost? I mean...
Not strongly worded, not very
just
offensive,
compost.
but it's basically me saying the best thing you can do with your life, son, is to die and go back into the earth.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does make a lot of sense. Yeah.
But people don't take as much offense to that as they probably should.
Yeah.
So we need a stronger expletive. Not one regarding a certain
Gender,
style
race,
of person. Yeah,
No,
gender,
nothing.
race, nationality. No. Just something stronger than the F-bomb.
It's pretty much commonplace now. Like, you hear it everywhere now. It's like,
I know. Yeah.
before it was like, whoa. I remember growing up, you'd watch a movie and you're like, oh man, oh, he said it. Woo. And now, like, anything you watch is like, well, that's like number 87. Anything on YouTube,
Yep.
what was that politician? What was it? I forget his name, but they did something. Hey, there's a dart up on the ceiling.
Totally not my fault.
Okay,
guys.
I see it.
Totally not me.
In this nice fancy restaurant, you shoot a dart in the ceiling. I forget which one it was. They're making fun of him. He was like, he was hired. Like a week later, he was fired. It was pretty funny. I kind of enjoyed it.
Man, I was raised in such a super careful household.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to say cool
I always was taught
until my mother went ahead and researched it and figured it was okay.
she was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Decades later do I realize, oh,
Yeah. You loved her to pieces, but
super nice lady, but wow.
problems. just a few problems. Oh, man. It's funny how people are like that. So many crazy people.
Funny
nowadays.
/ hilarious / terrifying.
Yeah. And basically that's kind of like, it's all a face nowadays too. It's like, are you really crazy or are you just trying to get attention? Because
Good point.
and then you can have your stupid crazy like Lindsay Lohan and all those other celebrities that just went, or you can have your real crazy like Amanda Bynes. she just kind of went nuts and shaved her head and went all weird there for a while. I don't know how she's doing now. I think she did a voice in this new Smurfs movie, which would be nice if she's coming back and like back down to normal people. Because I liked her. She was a good actress. She just went way out there, way out there, Morty.
Speaking of crazy, I just watched Shadow of the Vampire.
That's one with Johnny Depp, right?
No.
You're
that's
the
a good
old one, right?
So the old one is Nosferatu.
Yeah, I always get the Leland figures. Yep.
Now, this is a fictional film.
Nose
About-
fortitude.
What do you think I love them so much? This is a fictional film about the making of Nosferatu.
Yeah, I remember watching. I've seen that before.
And, I mean, you want to skip the first half hour, and then it actually gets good.
Yeah, it's kind of like what's going
But
on here.
it's John Malkovich. John Malkovich at his just focus craziness.
Yeah.
Like, we need to have a word for focus crazy. We probably do. But his acting in this was just superb.
He's full crazy.
And you know who did the acting for Nosferatu in Shadow of the Vampire?
Huh.
William Dafoe.
Oh, did he? Nice.
little bit of a Defoe fan.
He's gonna be
the fan, if you will.
He's gonna be freaking Lord Zed in the new Power Rangers, and I'm so happy. When I read that, I was like, oh my god, that's gonna be great, because just him. And Lord Zed is creepy, anyways. I think he was the creepiest thing out of Power Rangers ever.
Yeah,
because he was like the big teeth, and it would almost kind of look like an alien, like from Aliens. But yeah, he was creepy. Rita was annoying, but I really liked where
annoying.
did you watch the new one with me? Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Watched it with Riley, and she actually liked it. That was a good movie. I actually liked it a lot. My brother even liked it.
Standalone movie, which is surprising for a remake.
Mm-hmm. And Elizabeth Banks did good as Rita. I know I'll go into some spoilers, even though it's a old.
What's our
it's
rule
been
with
out
spoilers? Is it like
it's got to be
6 months.
No, it's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, about 2 weeks or so.
2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what it is.
Because if you're a hardcore fan, you care about spoilers, you would have seen it.
You'd have seen it. It's
logic.
It's the way they explained it of how Rita was. She used to be a Power Ranger, and all the she just wants to have all of the morphers to be. She wants to have the ultimate power. Basically, she just went power hungry.
Right.
And then they went through and she did all of her. I just lost my thought. She did all of her crap. Instead of spoilers.
Damn good actress.
Yeah, she did really good. Instead of spoilers, I'll go with what I didn't like about the movie, though. I only had a couple things. The new suits, yeah, they gotta do that. I mean, it would have been sweet if they would have had the original sort of suits, because that would have been just...
That would have been great for, the standardized jumpsuits.
But they could have done it, they could have done it great.
They could do it as, old suits they find and use as sleepwear.
They could.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Free of charge, guys.
So my only real, beef is I didn't really like Alpha very much. Even though Bill Hader did it, Alpha, he was too snarky and just kind of...
It was lacking something.
Alpha was always a worrywart. Always a worrywart in the series. It's like, oh my god, hey, all that stuff. And he did good, but it's like
they
meh.
Toned him down from being the Jar Jar Binks that I remember, though.
Yeah, and it was a girl too before. Alpha was a girl.
Oh, anyway.
But they changed to a guy, which is
So
whatever.
Jar Jar Binks.
That's here small little thing. My biggest complaint was Goldar. Because Goldar was not a big gold thing, made out of molten gold. He was a Sphinx.
Yeah.
He was her right-hand monster. And they didn't do that. Oh.
Yep. They broke with tradition by a lot.
Everything else would have been fine if they would have kept Goldar as Goldar. Because they could do it. And he kind of looked like a Sphinx, but I'm just hoping they do Lord Zed, awesome, because that'll be great if they do. And let's see what else was there. Oh, the ending where Tommy yep, Green Ranger. Yep, there comes my favorite. And I'm hoping the original dude comes just as a cameo. Because after he did the series, because he went and stayed with it for a long time, he's like a master, black belt, martial arts guy. He is just ripped. And yeah, it just, oh man, it's so cool. He kept with that. Nice. That was my big thing. Yeah, karate.
I was never I was active enough. I was never fit enough. Never had enough time. Enough training. I would have gotten into it, but the only one available to me at the time was fencing.
You like fencing.
Which kind of explains my right knee is a bit askew, but I can still hit an apple.
That's good.
Quite happy about that. Yeah.
I sliced a potato with my blade the other day, my short sword. I threw it in the air and went, like, woo, that's a sharp little blade.
Good and sharp.
Ooh, yeah. It's the one I carry with me to Ren Fair, too. And it's got, the center blood letters. That's a deadly blade.
In fencing practice, they would train you with distractions by having a couple other guys bounce a tennis ball over the top of you as you're fencing.
That's a good idea, yeah. Yeah.
And I got tired of it real quick, so I snapped the tennis ball out of the air.
Yeah. That's very good. That's a good one.
Quite proud of that achievement, because they stopped. My opponent stopped. The judges stopped, and they just stared at me. And then I got the point, because everyone was staring at me.
Yeah. Call that a distraction? This is a distraction.
But my personal favorite fencing story was the dude's sword broke on me.
Oh.
Like, he landed a perfectly valid point. And then his sword snapped.
Ah, nice.
Now this was a bigger dude. This dude, back when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big guy.
No.
This guy had at least 150 pounds on me. Easy. And he was healthy. And that sword no longer had a safety point on it. And it was coming at me with all of his momentum. And I just thought, oh. It just caught, like, right there. And it caught the jersey I was wearing.
Oh, yeah.
For safety. Right? And it went through the jersey. Woo. Not me, because I rolled.
Yeah.
And I insisted that he got 2 points for that one.
Jeez. Yeah, that...
Because he was on target with both points.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my favorite one.
The second one was a nick, but still.
If I wasn't freaked out... Well, no. I do kind of see your point. It. Because if we were playing without safety tips...
Yeah. Nice.
But he would have killed me already.
Yeah.
So,
of course, yeah.
You know. But yeah, I insisted he got 2 points. He won the match. Nice. I have no problems with that.
So I do want to talk about Fairy Blossom Festival. I think we should talk about that a little bit.
Really
we'll make this little section here for that. So Fairy Blossom Festival is the Renaissance Fair in the Pacific Northwest here. This year it's going to be in PL, Washington. You can look it up at fairyblossomfestival.com. We are going to be there. We were there last year. We had our it's basically a game hall, which is really fun. I enjoyed it. We had a bunch of cool old games. Tabla, the game I made, Order and Chaos, which was actually, I really love that one.
Yeah.
Jump In, I love that game too.
It's a lot like Chinese checkers.
It's like from 64, I think. Right. Yeah, it's an old game. What's that one, the rock one that you have?
Pente.
No, not Pente. I already said Pente.
Oh, sorry. Rock one.
Yeah, where you move your rocks from the one,
Oh, Mancala.
Yeah, Mancala. That one. I didn't say Pente, but we did Pente as well. Last year we had
pretty much the only two games I'm really comfortable with.
Last year we did have the Gem Quest, but I'm not sure if we're gonna have that one this year. I may bring it with us.
That's a big one.
But that's probably more of like an after hours, after everything's closed.
You got to be pretty hardcore if you want to start a game of Gem Quest.
It's a good hour.
And you have to be incredibly hardcore if you're going to win a game of Gem Quest against us.
I don't know if there's certain people that play. I won't play this year. You know what I'm talking about. But it was really, really awesome. And we also have a couple new games that I'm bringing. I have one that I made that's called Boats and Battalions, which is a strategic dice game. Well, I guess it would be called dice game. It wouldn't be a dice game. It's a strategic board game where you have two competing sides. You have a castle on this side and a castle on this side, and you have 4 boats on either side and 4 battalions, and you're trying to take out either the castle or take out all the opponents. And you also have 6 reinforcement cards, and it's a very tactical,
which you can use
game
for your boats or your battalions.
Yes,
is incredibly well balanced game.
It is, and I'm happy with it.
You thought
very
about
happy with it.
Making a third, like a version where you have 3 players?
I was thinking about that. Yeah, I was thinking of a way to either do 3 or 4. It's almost like a Chinese checkers kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But it's getting the grid size is the biggest thing, because I think that grid is a 9 by 12 or 9 by 11. No, 9 by 12. I think 9 by 12 piece, and it's a fairly big board.
It's just the right size for it, and it's portable.
And I also am working on Neffeltoffel. It's so fun to say. It's an old Viking game where you have the king in the center with his 12 guards, and you're trying to get the king to the four corners, and you have 24 opponents, which is the other guy. And it works kind of like Pente, where you have to block to take the piece out. And it seems pretty fun. I have to finish it still, and I've looked at a couple other ones too that I'm trying to work on. But you need to come
Side note,
and
I'm
see it.
Issuing a challenge to any Pente players
Heard it here. Challenge.
that we have in the audience.
I will say though, because we are teaming up with the Asir Meadery this year, so we are going to be 21 and over in this area. So sorry for children.
If you can beat me at Pente, what do you think? 5 times because Pente? Not necessarily in a row.
Best out of 3.
Okay. If you can beat me at Pente, best out of 3, regardless of other players. I mean, throw some other players in for fun. I'll buy you a drink if you're 21.
I'm also working on a.
If you're not 21, just gonna have to.
He'll buy you
for my
a.
defeat.
Well, they can't be in there if they're not 21.
Good point.
So.
Yep.
Gotta be 21. I'm also working with Tavish to make a special game where you can win some prizes, which is gonna be really hard.
One of them's a knuckle sandwich.
Yeah.
Also, children's meals at our place are $250. If you can come up with $250,
We will have a babysitting corner.
sure, we'll
But
feed
it'll
your kid.
cost you about $100 an hour.
This guy is so generous.
I mean, $100 an hour, we can pin him off in a spot. I have handcuffs. But please go to fairyblossomfestival.com, look them up on Facebook and Twitter, and really check them out. And we'd love for you to be there, come meet us, and just enjoy the festivities. Dress up if you can. If you don't, that's fine too. You may get some weird looks, but just come to enjoy.
an extra $80 charge if you don't dress up.
Yeah.
To us.
Yes. You will not be able to play any of the games.
If you pay the extra $80 for not dressing up.
I'm really hoping that the goblins will be back there again this year, because they were awesome. I enjoyed our evening of playing the
Honestly,
games.
nobody parties harder
And-
than goblins.
No, they were. Oh my god, yeah. And I felt bad because I was working something out with let's see.
Tinker.
No, not with Tinker. No, it was Breaker. There was Breaker, Taker, Fixer, and Sigil. I was working something out with Sigil, where I would call him out the second day, and I would sit and we'd play Order and Chaos. So I was going to do like a whole narrative thing where he stole something from me.
I believe I still have Fixer's number.
Oh, you got one of the numbers? Nice.
Oh, yeah. Tinkers.
And oh man, their songs were great.
Very catchy.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing I want to say about Fairy Blossom Festival is it is a young Renaissance festival.
Yeah, it's fairly small. Although this year it's on a nice big property in the woods.
Small.
This year is going to be good because it's. I've already looked up some
Yes,
stuff
it
for
will
it.
be.
Like last year, there were some people that were there for like not even the first full day because like
Yeah, there
makeup
was-
and all this stuff. Like,
Yeah, that was.
it's not quite what you want to be here for. Although it was kind of weird that they left. I'm like, well, just stay.
Right?
Just
You're already set up.
and you're at the Yardbird, so I mean, people will come over.
Yeah.
There's only what? How much was it to get in? It's
cheap.
pretty cheap to get
It
in
was
too
a few
because it's
dollars.
small. We are going to do a podcast from there as well, so that one will actually won't be this awesome cafe. We're going to be in our tent. Hopefully, we'll get Amy again, or Princess Lolly.
Now, our next podcast, well, not next, but the podcast there
The Retro,
may
yeah.
be entirely in character.
Oh yeah, probably.
Like, we can do that.
Either that or it'll be.
It'll be interesting.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll see how that goes. I want to record some stuff too, like walk around and stuff.
I do like to stay in character.
I know you do.
So do you when you get into it.
I can. Well, after I drank more than half of that gallon of wine that evening, and I was. That's one thing I feel about the last podcast that we did there too last year is we lost it, which was crappy.
Yeah.
Even though I was extremely hungover. I felt
think that was the most I've seen you hungover, and I felt really bad for you.
That was I haven't been that hungover in a long time. It's because I didn't drink any water or anything.
Yeah.
And I drank more than half a gallon of wine. I didn't have any beer either. I was just doing wine. Plus, I started at
much earlier,
10-ish in the morning, which was, I mean, you're there. That's what you do.
Yeah,
it's fun.
And you're reserving that chunk of weekend for just doing your own thing.
Yeah, like that's what you do. You have your mug of wine, and you have your booth, and you do your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. This year's gonna be really good though, and
I would
we almost didn't do it.
Yeah,
I mean, last year we didn't make any money
on it.
We
Last year
didn't.
was really frustrating.
It was rough. It was very rough. I did love even though it was all wet and gross.
The
fact
mud.
of
the mud.
all the straw that they put down in all the walkways. It was like walking through town.
Well done.
That was cool.
Like that was the thing to do. Mm-hmm. And as I was getting into that, this is a, shall I say, blossoming Renaissance festival. It needs
boo.
You don't understand how long it took me to think of that thing. It needs a lot of support. It needs a lot of local support, a lot of almost local support. Just come down.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just going to be a few dollars to enter. Bring a couple of kids if you have to.
Yeah.
But more importantly, buy some mead.
Yes. Good. We're going to be, like I said, working with Eric from the Asir Meadery out of Everett, Washington. He is really good friends with Nerd Buzzed. And those guys are awesome too. Go check them out because we actually just did a podcast with them. You need to go watch it. Go on their channel. You'll see us. We're there. It's pretty great. It was an adventure. It was a good adventure. Yeah. But Eric makes some of the best mead I've ever had.
Was that fire?
Oh, the fireweed. Fireweed honey was the best.
You don't need anything else. Just buy a bottle of fireweed honey.
With all, if he even has any.
If he has any
with
left.
all these fires down in California, there's probably going to be a bunch of fireweed coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Which is going to be great. He showed me a picture. Did he show you the picture of the dandelion that he made? Like what he had to do to make the dandelion mead?
Yes.
A table much bigger than this.
Mm-hmm.
With a huge pile of, good pile like that, at least, of just petals. Because that's all you can use, is just petals. And then on the table next to it, about this as big, 2 50-gallon garbage bags full of dandelions. Like, that's why it's $45.
Yep.
Totally worth it, though. Every penny. All his stuff is great. We got a chance, because he sponsored our 4th or 5th podcast.
I remember some of that podcast.
It was really cool because he gave us.
It was amazing.
He gave us a bottle of the. Oh crap! Which one was it? I'll have to go back and look at it again. But it was so good, and me and Colin actually got to go test it.
Really partial to his fireweed though. That one.
You didn't try his coffee or anything like that though. When we were there, we got to try he had espresso, he had coffee,
and the dude in a tree.
Yeah, I talked about the dude in the tree. Cigarette? What the? And then we're like, oh, there's a couch. And he goes, oh, wow. There was more earlier. Well, that's unsettling. Oh, man. Yeah, it's going to be good, though. Come check it out. Go check out Nerd Buzzed as well. And you know what? I'm going to do a shameless plug. I should have done this at the very beginning. Should have done it. I'm going to do like they do and try to do that at the very beginning just because might as well.
Yeah.
Go to patreon.com/SMF and you can pick up a sweet shirt like this one you see here, Stupid Mystic Forest. You can get our stupid merch box, which is pretty sweet. It comes with one of these, whatever size you desire.
Actually.
We have some stickers in there and a very special gift that is handmade that we will give to you for $35. It's pretty reasonable. Or if you just like us and want to support us a little bit, you can just donate on there as well. I believe for the $5 level, you will actually put a thank you on the website and at the end credits of one of our podcasts as well. But yeah, go ahead and check us out there. Also follow us on Twitter at official SMF, but official only has one eye because somebody else had the other one. It's the only reason why it only has one eye. It's because somebody else already has official SMF.
I like it. I like it.
That's where we do a lot of our stuff. Keep in contact with us. You can talk to us, tell us stuff to talk about, and we'll bring it up. Eventually, we'll get back to do live stuff. I think with our setup now, I think we can do it again. But we'll see how this works out first. See how long this cafe stays in business. You never know. We might bring some people in. We are going to be doing the podcast with Nerd Buzz again. Hopefully, get them down soon. I know I've said that in the past 3 podcasts, but we need to get them down. Also with Jason Whitehead, he's just has his new movie coming out. It's local guys. The is it Iron Horse or Pale Horse Films, I believe. Yeah. They have Dead Faith, and then one of their newest ones is what's the name of it? It is Capital Murder, and it looks pretty good. We're gonna have him talk about some of that stuff. We need to watch a little bit of it too. Maybe he'll give us a screener of it, which would be sweet. We get a pre-release. Talk about that with him and what they have coming up. I think that'll be awesome.
And also, just throwing this out there, if you happen to do some woodworking, if you got a product you want to sponsor us with.
Yeah, hey.
Just saying.
We're up for anything.
I do a lot of woodworking.
We even said dildos. It was on podcast number 5.
It's gotta be hardwood.
Get some gumwood. So it's flexible. doesn't splinter. He could break. He could bend that thing almost all the way. It won't even snap. We also are going to be doing some more boarding party. We have some of those in the works that I'm very looking forward to because we need to get more of that out there. I think we're going to do a couple boarding parties of Order and Chaos. We're going to play that one just so you guys can see it before the Fairy Blossom Festival, and then also Boats and Battalions.
I'd be more than happy to do a Pente boarding party.
We can do that too. That one I think would be. We need to have some more people. That's more of a party game. At least 2 more people. Hence the other 2 chairs.
Jeff would be all right with Pente.
He probably would. Yeah,
it's a real simple game, and he looks at games like I do, so I might actually have a bit of a threat there.
It's possible. It's very possible.
As we get closer to the Fairy Blossom Festival, I'm going to challenge myself a little bit to make more products for us to sell.
I'll start now. Start now.
Yeah, I did.
Good.
This is actually a good time because work's slowly starting to pick up, but I still have a little bit of spare time and a little bit of spare cash, a little bit of spare money that I can donate.
Yeah, hey. And is that anything helps? So this is all out of our pockets.
Honestly, a shipment of 3/4 inch by 5 would be great. I'm always running short of 3/4 inch boards. I use so much 3/4 inch stock.
Well, get pallets and stuff.
Yo,
go find some industrial pallets.
I'm out.
Go to Aberdeen.
Yeah. Actually, Tacoma is a great spot.
Oh,
the industrial part of Tacoma.
Fife and stuff.
Wow, man. People will be tripping over pallets.
Oh, yes.
It's great.
It's
and I get lazy, too. I'll just grab a skill saw and just cut along the 2x. Cut along the next 2x. And then only pry out those 2 nails for the middle 2x. Chuck the whole thing in the fire.
Yep. Well, I've been watching a video. These guys over in England, or London. Yeah, England. I don't think they're in London, but they're over there. They go out and they do bushcraft. And they built a bug out cabin basically for free, mainly out of pallets. They recycled all the nails. They only used a couple screws. They got free sheet metal for the roof. Like, oh, so cool. And it only took them a couple days to make it. I mean, it'd probably take a good month or two to do it. But they just go out in the woods and they do this stuff. And they show you, like, oh, how to build a lean-to and how to build this little thing. And, like, man, this is great. Love to do this stuff. Do like a, what was that movie? Blair Witch thing. Something after us.
It's an inspector.
Yeah. Grab his cops.
No.
Weed.
Pallets work great if you...
What do you guys do with all them dandelions?
Mead.
Yes. Just sucking the milk out of them.
My sister used to do that. I don't understand.
Gross. It's like tasting earwax.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst things you can put in your mouth is the milk from dandelions. It's so gross.
He says one of the worst because he's tasted my cooking. What? It's brown.
Your water was all right.
I think.
You're supposed to put water in the pot before you turn the burner on.
Damn it. Oh, man.
So the free games this month seem pretty cool for PSN. We're both PlayStation players.
You poor fools.
Yeah. I mean, I play Xbox and everything else too, but mainly we're Sony.
Souls.
Mad Max looks pretty cool. Well, I'm gonna try it. Looks pretty fun. Driving around,
So
open
sad.
world. I mean, might be all right. The one that Nerd Buzz is gonna do is the racing one. I forget the name of that one, but that one seems pretty fun.
As long as it's not the Hot Wheel one.
It's not Hot Wheels, but it's
Tired of that one.
it looks pretty cool. I know we were playing GTA the other day, and we spent most of the time just racing. Oh, it was fun. In the back there, I was in a big old hoopty with like huge wheels coming around this corner, and I hit the button to like for boost, but I hit my hydraulics, and it's whichever way you're pushing is your hydraulics up and down. So I'm like, why am I driving like this? Oh. I came in last, but it was fun. It was fun. Hopefully, well, not hopefully, but yeah, I guess hopefully. Our 1 year anniversary this year is when Stupid Mystic Forest actually turns 1, which is weird to think about. We've actually been doing this for a year. Is on that beloved day next month. That most everybody is, if you don't celebrate it, you're dead to me. Well, all of you. Our first broadcast was on May 4th. So we have something hopefully very special in the works for that. We're going to have some cool stuff. I have plans. It's going to be super fun. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay.
It's going to be good, though. But stay tuned for a little more details about that.
I have no idea what's going on.
You don't. I have plans.
And I have duct tape.
Yeah, you do.
He's
The black
nodding too much.
3M stuff.
Right?
Ripping pieces off my walls. No, and the blue one, that's the worst one. The black one's good. The blue one is the one that's like, oh, you want something to stick and you want to rip off most of that sheetrock? Put this on there.
Actually, I wanted to give a shout out to 3M, by the way. The 3M,
3M's good.
adhesive company.
Mm-hmm. Not like to watch this, but it's pretty sweet.
They might. Actually, I've done a little bit of work for one of the representatives. Super nice guy.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Very nice.
He actually gave me, is another segment I'd like to go into, weird tips you've gotten in the service personnel occupation.
Don't eat yellow snow.
Like weird tips you've gotten. I've gotten a bottle of wine.
Oh, I thought you meant like tips.
That too, actually.
Okay.
I've gotten those as well.
I usually get money. I got cookies the other day.
See? Weird tips,
cookies.
right?
Yeah.
But this 3M representative gave me a couple of promotional products. And one of them was a foam tape. Double-sided foam tape.
Nice.
Great for sealing things, right? Now, he gave me because I'm pretty familiar with foam tape. I do remodeling. This is not a foreign substance to me. So he went ahead and put it between two little bits of really, really strong paper. And he told me to try to tear it apart.
Were you like that one scene in Napoleon Dynamite where he tells him to try to tear the Tupperware? And he's, I can't do it. I can't.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep. That's it. Like I'm a grown man of 31, 32 this year. 31 winters.
31.
And I couldn't actually pull this foam tape apart.
Wow.
So, if
That's crazy.
3M would ever think about giving us a little bit of sponsorship, I will 100% back their products.
Yeah, we'll do some stuff. Be awesome.
Also, we'd be more than happy to test their products.
Oh, God, people. Zach Braff. He posted that. Oh, man. And that's not CG'd.
Oh, politics is already funny.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need CG.
No, that wasn't CG'd. That was real. That was real.
Right?
Have you seen the trailer for the movie A Quiet Place?
No, but my wife has talked about it quite a bit.
John Krasinski, Jim from The Office, he directed it and he stars in it. Oh, man, it looks good.
Is he finally doing a serious role?
Oh, he's done serious roles for a
Because
while.
he's not funny.
No, he wasn't really meant to be kind of funny. Kind of funny is Greg Miller. Kind of funny. You guys should, do something with us. That'd be great. You watch kind of funny stuff, haven't you, Greg Miller?
Nope.
Oh my God, Greg Miller's hilarious.
Too busy using up all of the 3/4 stock I can find.
But the movie's really like intense and it's a creature. I wasn't sure like about what it was at first. I thought it was like, this could go like demonistic or
this could go south pretty bad.
If it goes towards that, I usually like I'd rather not. But,
also, you got a kid in the house. So you don't want the kid wandering into your living room while you're watching something like that.
Exactly.
And having nightmares for the
hearing
rest of
like,
their life.
Like demonist stuff, voices.
Yeah, that's the one.
I got the hell scared out of me when I first moved out.
He bought a mirror.
I was sitting on my couch and I was watching the movie The Fourth Kind. Have you seen that movie? It's Mila Jovovich and it's like found footage. And it's like alien things. And I was laying on the couch with Carlos, my little dog. He's an awesome little dog.
Oh.
And there's a part in there where the guy's laying on the bed and she's talking to him, but he's not responding. And she like says his name, and then she says his name again, and like leans over to him, and he like sits up, and then it goes static, and you can hear this deep voice in the background in a weird language. Scared the hell out of me. I've like covered my ear, like nope, can't do this. Like it got me like really bad. And then after Bobby and I were married, it was like years. 4 or 5 years after I'd seen the movie, we watched it. I'm like, well, that's not scary. I don't know what I was thinking. I think it's just because
it just hit that one nerve that you weren't expecting.
It was because of the guy like went and like screamed, and then you heard that voice in the background with.
Yep.
No thanks.
Right in the back of the neck.
No thanks. Can't do it.
Yep. I've hesitate to admit this, but I'm on Supernatural.
How
season
can you
12.
How can you even CW?
It's easier if you just imagine they're gay. It's
and they probably are, but I couldn't even just because it's Dean from Gilmore Girls.
They're just way.
Marcus, you will agree. You will know where I'm coming from. When you see him, you just see Dean.
I can't stand Gilmore Girls, and I really get where you're coming from.
You know who Dean is?
Yeah.
Which one? Flowy locks.
No,
Dean.
actually.
You were thinking the other one.
In Supernatural, Dean's the short hair.
Oh, is he?
But in
Okay.
Gilmore Girls,
his name's Dean. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yes, I have watched that show. It's not bad. It's actually one of the
if you
fastest.
can get past the first episode, it goes uphill from there. I don't know what they were thinking with the first episode. The shock value is all wrong.
It's like one of the most scripted shows. Like, it's so fast. The conversation, it's like line. There's no breaks really between people talking.
And there's an immense amount of talking between just two guys that are way too close.
And that's why they did that. That the writer made the show where it's like, what are you doing? Well, I'm doing this. Well, what are you doing that for? Well, just it's that constant back and forth. So, because the script was so big, they had to fit it in that little time slot. It has
also makes quite a bit of sense.
What's her name? She was in Spy.
Don't know.
She was in Bridesmaids.
A lot of really, really good acting. And I mean, like, actors that are just starting their career are giving fantastic work to this show. But
what's her name?
the lore doesn't hold up a lot of the times.
Yeah. Well, then they
just
did the like a year in the life of, so like each episode was a month of the year for like wrap up.
Yeah,
Of it.
yeah,
I mean,
done
which
stuff
is
like that.
which was all right, but just yeah.
And then they have episodes, blocks of episodes, even close to entire seasons that are freaking fantastic.
Had Melissa McCarthy in it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you know who she is if you'd saw her.
No.
If you'd see her, you'd know who I'm
I'm
talking
sure I'd
about.
recognize her. Sure.
And she's super cute in that show.
All right.
She's kind of bigger. You remember Bridesmaids? Remember that
Nope.
show? You never watched that movie?
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was hilarious. That was a pretty funny one. Trying to think of.
Don't worry.
I don't know.
about
No, I'm just thinking.
It's
I'm just thinking.
a
of
pretty
different
good show.
my mind's
but-
going in different spots.
But I wouldn't recommend it to everyone.
No, I mean, it's
toward
a chick flick. It's a girl show. It is. I mean, I have a wife, so. Oh, you're talking about Supernatural?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about Gilmore Girls. But
Why
Supernatural.
would you think I would have watched
Because we were
Gilmore
talking
Girls?
about Gilmore Girls.
No, we were talking about Supernatural.
Yeah.
That's what I started on.
And then I said Gilmore Girls, and we went down the Gilmore Girls track.
Just smiled and waved.
and then you just kept continuing, and it just fit the Gilmore Girls conversation. Because it's not a bad show. Even
I've never seen an episode of Gilmore Girls all the way through. I've seen a little bit while I was hanging out at your place.
I'm sure you've seen one all the way through at my house. At least one.
Okay, yeah.
At least one.
At your house, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, Supernatural's alright. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
Most of the seasons are not for anyone.
Can't CW. I tried to do.
No, the whole standing in place and then shifting your weight back and forth, that gets me every time.
That's what Drake did when I saw him live. He was not a performer. He sat there on stage and he rapped good, but he's Mary J. Blige, man. She was awesome. Yep. Mary J. Blige, you're great. Hell of a woman. She was a great performer. And you know what pissed me off? Because Drake was there. They didn't do the song that they did together. And that was like, he's here. Do the freaking song. It's like a good song. God.
Humans.
Peoples. I do need to go to a concert soon, though. I've been thinking about that.
I need to get another tattoo soon. It's been too long.
Just go get a pen and
Actually, I have
go do some welding. You'll get some,
smart flashes. All right, you want to wrap it up?
Yeah, it's about time, I think.
All right.
So we want to thank everybody for watching.
Except for you, Marcus.
You and your crustache. Just kidding. It was glorious. Keep it though.
Right.
Don't shave it off. Keep it. Do the curls. Do it, Marcus. I want you to do the curls like I did. Do the handlebars. He can do it. He can pull it off.
Jay, your turn.
Oh, he talked about it. He was going to. That's a piece of something. I don't know. Not sure what that was. Thought it was a bug. Wasn't a bug.
Well, you missed it anyway.
But we're going to do one more plug for our things. Go to Twitter, official SMF. Follow us on there. Subscribe to us here on YouTube. Excuse me. Go ahead and follow NerdBuzz as well. Follow them on Twitter. Man, I'm going to burp again.
Look up the Fairy Blossom Festival.
Look up the Fairy Blossom Festival.
Look up our patron.
Our patron?
Yeah.
Patreon.
You pronounce it wrong.
No,
I pronounce it correct.
It's Patreon.
Sure
Patron is a liquor.
is.
It's Patreon because they're patrons of your company.
Look up them both. It's the same thing in Spanish. It's the same word.
I'm not Spanish. This is America. We say words right. Here in America, we don't want none of them Espanole words. Oh, well, everybody, we want to thank you, and we ask that you please look us up, subscribe, like, comment, everything, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.